Get ready for the greatest moment in the Let's Play. Oh! Did you see that shit? Oh man, that gets me every time. So cool, because the hawk went up and then I was looking through the eyes of the hawk. It's so perfect, so beautiful. It's like YouTube Rewinds, but not terrible. I don't know why that came to mind. I've been watching a lot of YouTube Rewind parodies. I don't know why they decided to make YouTube Rewind before the end of December, but, you know. It's not like it was good anyway. I don't think it would have been better if they gave it another month, because they still would have had the same production values and shittiness. The same YouTubers that, like, only normies like. I swear to God, YouTube is just all normative behavior or you're a freak. Like, but eventually, just like how nerds became popular, content like Filthy Frank will become popular, where it will become cool to watch disgusting things, and then at that point, we'll have nothing left to call our own. So, if anything, I should be cherishing these days. You know, as a hipster, I should really be cherishing these days. Where it's still us versus them. So yeah, I died, and now I'm remarking the Fort Boubastos. It's no big deal, you know. Really not annoying at all. It doesn't kill me inside at all to have to do this. Really shouldn't be attempting it at this level. But, you know, you'll get the inside skinny on just how annoying this fort is. Now, because I'm doing it as per the quest line, there's actually a special event that occurs once I breach the fortress, which does make it slightly easier, but essentially not really, because everyone that comes to my aid in this mission just dies really quickly, and then eventually it's just back to normal, and they don't really kill any guards. They just kind of distract them until they're dead, until the rebels are dead. So it's yeah. Basically, if I had to give it an analogy, it's like what people are doing right now to try to fight the injustices of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Basically, they're just distracting everyone from how devious and evil genius EA is, and then eventually the game will just be back to normal, like what EA wants it to be, and we will have lost that battle. If EA sides with anyone in their games, they definitely side with the Imperials. And that might be why so many people say it's more fun to play from the Imperial side. Maybe they just designed it that way because they like the Imperials more. I don't know. Why am I talking about Battlefront 2 in this Let's Play? Well, because this Let's Play is not very good. Not a whole lot of inspiration here, folks. Not a lot to be said about this game. But I started the commitment, and I'm damn it if I won't see it through. However absurd it is that I do so. One day I'll look back at this series and say, wow, I used to play really shitty games. So I started my Machine for Pigs playthrough last night, and I was trying to be really objective. I was trying to go into that game saying I'm not going to let the hate for this game overwhelm my love for the Amnesia franchise. Because how could they go wrong? Like, really, I just feel like people are just like they look at it like they look at a lot of sequels. If it delivers on the same quality gameplay experience that Dark Descent did, then I'll be perfectly happy. And man, I mean, if I wanted to be more informed, which I didn't really, because I wanted to go into it as fresh as possible, I would have read more about the Machine for Pigs and what kind of a game it truly was. But my first warning sign was when I fired it up, and the developer was called, like, the Chinese Room or some shit, like, some developer that hadn't been the developer before. I was like, okay, so that could be bad. But, you know what, let's just ignore that, and let's get into it. I fire up the game, and I swear to God, they completely lobotomized that franchise with that game. They took out everything about Dark Descent that was good. The inventory system, the inventory combination system, the more complex puzzles, which required the use of stuff that you picked up in your inventory, tinderboxes, the insanity system, oil canteens and how to preserving them correctly, and all on top of that, the story is like it's okay. Like it's kind of coming into its own. Like maybe the story will be good, but the combat, the stealth in that game, they got rid of this. They got rid of everything that made Dark Descent scary, because now you have an electric lantern that never goes out, and when you're near an enemy, it starts flickering, so you know when there's an enemy nearby. You don't get surprised anymore, and if you're being chased, you know at the exact moment at which you've lost them. So it's like, it's not a scary game at all. It's not scary. Like, how could you make an Amnesia sequel and it's not scary? What kind of audacity do you have to say, let's make this game more streamlined? And God forbid that they told themselves, let's make this game more palatable for a general audience, let's make it less frightening. I really hope that's not what they did. I really hope it was an unintentional mistake, and that, you know, when Frictional comes into the next game, they'll bring back what made Dark Descent good, you know, in light of how critically panned Machine for Pigs is. But it's horrible. Like, I'm about halfway through it, and I'm already dreading the fact that in the month of January I'm going to have to replay it for the walkthrough. Like, I'm not happy about that, because it's not fun. And the only trophies for Machine for Pigs are the story ones, the unmissable trophies. That's it, there are no other trophies. Unless you count the Master Archivist for getting all of the documents across all 3 games. Which that doesn't really count. It's not a trophy that's unique to a Machine for Pigs. And so there's no incentive to, like, experiment or mess around in the game. And it's just, every single area is really short and straightforward. Like, personally, I like the backtracking in Dark Descent. I thought it added a lot of suspense to say, oh man, now I have to, like, go back to the archives and, you know, there's gonna be something new there. No, this game is totally linear. It's just go from point A to point B to point C to point D and so forth. Like, it's just on rails to the ending, and it's not, I don't know, man. I'm not having fun. It's, you know, I would say it's my third 6 out of 10 experience this year after this game and watching Stranger Things 2. You know, my third disappointment of the year, but I'd probably say Machine for Pigs merits less than a 6 out of 10. I think I had more fun playing this game, God forbid, than I did Machine for Pigs. And that's saying a lot, because this game is like the butt of the industry. In my opinion, at least. Now, if you go on Facebook, and see the average opinion of a Facebook user of this game, that's quite different, but yeah, they don't really count. They're not really people. They're Facebook people. Their god is Mark Zuckerberg. Their god is an android trying to be a human. So, I mean, obviously, they can't be human. And nowadays, it's just a lot of old people on Facebook. Wow, I really got off on a tangent there. So yeah, moral of the story is, Machine for Pigs, if you really loved Dark Descent, you're not gonna like it. And had I known how dumbed down a Machine for Pigs was, I would have started my Amnesia experience by playing it, because I probably would have enjoyed it more. Being like, oh, is this what I can expect from Amnesia? Although that's, of course, you know, paradoxical, because if I knew that it was a dumbed down game, then I wouldn't think that's what I'd expect from Amnesia, and then I would judge it critically, but, you know, I probably would have had more fun regardless. You know, I would have been like, alright, this is my first experience of Amnesia. It's pretty decent. It's alright. It's kind of scary. And then I would have played Dark Descent, and I would have been like, wow, this game is a masterpiece, you know? But, you know, I can't take back time now. And besides, it's all on a timeline, so I would have, like, spoiled myself by playing Machine first. So I'm a documents whore, man. I love reading lore. So yeah, that's the commander, I think. He's a dick. I kind of fuck with him. But, you know, basically the moral of this Let's Play is, this is an extremely level restrictive game, and that is one of many reasons why you probably shouldn't play it.
What? War, a back. Ah, there you are. Die, worm. What are you doing? Hey, Ben!
Lost him. I guess sometimes when they're searching for you, you can just fire an arrow near them to scare them off. Which is ironic. You think that if they got shot at from the place they were searching for you, they'd probably want to, you know, find out where you were. Been like, I'm on the right track because he just shot at me from this direction. But hey, you know, AI is not perfect in all games. It's just especially imperfect in this one. Alright, we'll keep picking away at this scab of a game in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed my rants. I suppose they're the only real redeeming factor of this Let's Play. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.